This is the business partner and sponsorship information info drop dated March 2022 for ILTACON. These are the things we're going to be going over. ILTACON overall event layout. That's going to be a lot of the floor plans so that you can go back and reference them and see what they're like. In case you need that information, education keynote, deadlines, business partner registration types, COVID health and safety protocols, housing, booth lottery, solution pathways, speaker opportunities, sponsorship opportunities, attendee registration lists, agenda, socials and networking, affiliate space, exhibitor and service kit portal, partnership, how you can help us spread the word, and how to get most out of your ILTACON experience. So let's start off with the ILTACON overall event layout. Keep in mind, a lot of these things will be changing a little bit between now and May, but they will shift ever so slightly. So this is where we are presently as of today. Anything that you see in red, those are our demo room locations. Anything that you see in blue, that is either education, our keynote, or our company update locations. Here's another view of the property where you can see Prince George's Exhibition Hall on the very lower level. That's our exhibit hall. And then the next 3 levels are education level opportunities, as well as demo rooms, registration, those types of things. Here is a look at the exhibit hall floor. This is pre-booth lottery. So basically, this is how everything sits now. Obviously, I know that some of you are going to come in and you're going to want to take 2 of these 10 by 10s and make them into a 10 by 20. That is not reflected here, obviously, because we have no idea what you're planning on choosing. However, this slide actually allows you to see where the ILTACON Cafe will be. To the right on the wall over here of the ILTACON Cafe, that is a wall of windows that overlooks the bay out there. You can see where we have our lounge areas here. In the upper left-hand back corner is our ILTACON social and networking bar. We will be utilizing that on Tuesday and Wednesday afternoons as a place for you guys to go and socialize, have a drink, and chat with those that are attending. Notice that it is in the upper left-hand corner. The reason for that is our entry areas are right down here. By placing this here, this means that people are drawn to the back corner, allowing for more access to the booths all throughout the entire exhibition hall. And then over to the left here in the blue, we have our startup hub area. Back here in the very back, you will see we have an exhibitor lounge. So please make sure you take advantage of that as well. The next couple of slides, you're going to be seeing several different colorations and a little bit more detailed plan of the floors. And you can reference these back to the other slides as well to kind of get an idea, if you haven't been to this property, where these are located. So for this particular area here, you can see where we have put charging stations, where we have the 3-sided branding opportunities. Those are boards. I'll reference those a little bit later when we're talking about the sponsorships. The massage stations, Monday afternoon receptions, demo rooms, seating areas or catering areas that go along with those specific demo rooms, company update location, and educational session rooms. On this slide, it's the next area of our education demo rooms. And then we have some ancillary rooms that ILTA will be using for other things such as press rooms and those types of things. Then we have the upper layer area. This area actually sits above the Chesapeake rooms. And this is where our G100, our G200, where they will also not only have their meetings, but also their lunches, as well as our university area and some additional demo rooms as well. And then this happens to be the lowest level floor area. It's also where the exhibit hall area is, which you would see going out that direction there. It's not shown on this floor. But then you can also see where we have some sponsorship opportunities, which are near the escalators. And this is the large atrium area where there is a lot of areas for walking. We'll have our Sunday night reception here with some live music. And then the bottom right here, we have some additional rooms, Eastern Shores, which have some scheduled activities in there, as well as affiliate space opportunity. Education and keynote. I just want to talk on this for just a second. Make sure that you guys understand that you have full access. Well, depending upon your badge registration type, but if you have the proper badge registration type, you have full access to our education sessions, as well as our keynote sessions. I strongly advise you to attend. This is an opportunity for you to get to know what the education is that our people are learning. These are your customers or your potential customers. It's a great opportunity for you to sit beside them, get to know them a little bit better, have conversations. They get an opportunity to see how smart you are from a thought leadership perspective on some of those education sessions that you're attending. So I do encourage you to attend those. It's a great opportunity. Deadlines and key dates. This is really important, and I want to point out a couple of things that are vital for you to know. Aside from this dropping over the next couple of days, or the business partner booth lottery and selection, we also have our education grid that'll be released on March 31st. Now, we have 72 different educational sessions dropping on March 31st. On April 1, the speaker application process opens. You are all welcome and invited to apply for speaker opportunities. And that closes on April 30th. All decisions will be made right after April 30th on who those speakers will be for these 72 sessions. So for the month of April, please keep your eye open. Take a read over the educational grid, see what you have thought leadership in your organizations, and apply for those speaking opportunities. There's some additional key dates here. For example, May 10th is a big date. We have business partner housing and registration webinar where you'll be able to ask questions. Business partner registration and housing opens on this date as well. And then on the 10th, we also have affiliate space submission process beginning, to where you can request space for these socials and events that you want to have maybe on a breakfast time during the week or on a Tuesday or Wednesday evening. On June 2nd, the Business Partner Service Kit and Exhibitor Portal webinar will happen. And then we will also have those being available for you to start going in and moving around and taking a look at the things that you need to do to finish your either your exhibitor space or your demo room, and where those things need to be shipped, or how to get them shipped, or where to get furniture, or how to ask questions about how to get furniture or electricity or Wi-Fi. All those types of things will be handled in that webinar. And on those service portals, you'll also have a place to ask questions, which will be very beneficial. On July 15th, we will have an ILTACON speaker webinar. July 15th is also a big date for proof of COVID vaccination deadline, and we'll talk a little bit more about that later. On the 27th, we will have an attendee what to expect on-site webinar. This is open for everyone: business partners, press, contractors, consultants, non-members, members, everyone is invited to attend that. On July 27th, the ILTACON room block will close, and you will no longer be able to get the rooms at the prices that we have those available for. On August 17th, all registration closes. The reason why this is so important is we do not have on-site registration. We do not have on-site registration. So please be aware of that. Make sure you get all your registrations in prior to. And then of course, August 21st, ILTACON begins. So a little bit about business partner registration. ILTACON 2022 is open to members, volunteers, non-members, business partners, consultants, press, university students. ILTA members and volunteers, their registration opens on April 5th. Non-members, consultants, and press open May 5th. And business partners, this includes a housing and affiliate space request, that opens on May 10th after our webinar. Here's a little bit of information regarding ILTACON badges. So with your sponsorship, depending on your level of sponsorship, you get X amount of badges. If you're ILTA Max, you get 12. If you're Platinum, you get 8. Gold gets 6, and Silver gets 4. Badges may not be shared. There is 1 badge per person, and it is for the same person for the entire week. That person has to sign COVID forms, anti-harassment forms. They have to provide vaccination proof. And then we will also have your photo, which will go with your registration, and it'll be seen on your badge. So 1 badge per person for the entire week. I do want to point out We do have a penalty for organizations who are found to be participating in badge sharing. This could affect your demo room and exhibit hall booth. It could possibly be closed for the duration of the event. So please keep in mind, and let's keep this on the up and up with making sure that everyone who's participating has a badge, has registered, has signed these forms, and is vaccinated. Keep in mind that your badges, your entry will be granted to receptions, activities, lunch, etc. by the QR code that is located on your badge. It has all the data regarding your level of sponsorship in that QR code. And here are the different types of badges. So we have the full business partner sponsorship badge. We just went over the numbers for each of the levels of sponsorship for Ultimax, Platinum, Gold, Silver. That's the full badge. ILTACON receptions, lunch breaks, educational sessions, and exhibit hall. It's an all conference access pass. If you want more than your allotment for your level of sponsorship, you can add on a badge for $1,400. That includes receptions, lunch breaks, educational sessions, and exhibit hall. It is also an all conference pass. Or you could do a basic add-on badge. This is $800. It is pretty much designed for booth staff only. It allows access to the exhibit hall during non-reception hours. It includes breaks and education sessions, including keynote sessions, but it does not include lunch or receptions or events and activities or drink tickets. So it's a very basic badge. And then we have a setup and dismantle badge for $200. This allows access to the exhibit hall during the setup and takedown hours only on Sunday and Thursday. So it's only good for that. It's not good for food. It's not good for receptions. It's not good for education. It's not good for any of that. It's only allowing you access to set up your exhibit hall booth or your demo room. As I mentioned a few moments ago, we will have forms that have to be signed as you register. This is why the individual has to do it and not one person for an entire group. You have to show proof of vaccination. There's a COVID liability release waiver and an anti-harassment policy that we are asking people to sign. So a little bit of information on the COVID checklist. So for this event, you do have to have a COVID-19 full vaccination status, and it is due by June 15th. Those need to be submitted to vax@iltanet.org by July 15th, or if you're not comfortable with sending that to us, you can show it on site when you arrive. Fully vaccinated, this is what this means. Fully vaccinated is having the full primary vaccination complete by July 15th, 2022. That is defined as either 2 doses of Pfizer or Moderna vaccines 21 to 28 days apart, or 1 dose of the Johnson & Johnson vaccine. You have signed the COVID anti-harassment release, as well as the individual registration photo submissions. Housing opens May 10th for you guys. Sponsor room blocks 10th. That's when it opens. I do want to let you know that we will be doing periodic audits. They will be conducted to ensure that housing numbers are in alignment with your sponsorship levels, as well as those that you have in your organization that are registered. Sponsors are responsible for the payment of your hotel rooms. Room block rates are listed here. You can see what single and double occupancy are for both the in-house rooms as well as the atrium view rooms. Each additional person to a room over double occupancy is $20. Children 12 and under are free when occupying the same room as their parents. And if they're under 12, they should be in a room with a parent. Room rates are plus resort fees of $22 and applicable taxes of 18% per night. So how do I book a room at the Gaylord National? The link to booking sleeping rooms at the Gaylord National will be available to business partners on May 10th. And so you'll hear more information about that a little bit later on. And you will make sure that you get your room reservations by July 27th for the block discounted rate. Cancellation for the Gaylord National rooms are 72 hours in advance in order to receive a refund of the room and tax charge. Booth lottery, that is coming up shortly. The ILTACON booth lottery will be held on the 28th of March, I believe. All payments have to be submitted by March 15th, and all agreements have to be signed by then in order to take part in the booth lottery. The booth lottery determines the order that your company is able to select your booth space location, your demo room, and any hot specific sponsorship items that you want to take advantage of before somebody else picks them up. They're allowing 20 minutes for each call and request that you please have backup booth locations already available. Your first choice might not be available at the time of your call, so please keep that in mind. I personally would recommend that you have multiple backup, especially if you're later on in the lottery. I think I used to put down like 8 myself to have an idea to make sure I got those. Solution pathways. We will be doing these again this year. Each of your booths will have a notification on it as to the type of focus that your company actually has, so that as our members walk by and they're taking a look at the exhibit hall, they know if they want to stop and talk to you about document management or security or consulting or productivity tools. This is your opportunity to display what you actually do very quickly so they can see an icon to know, hey, I want to go see those people. Speaker opportunities. We're going to touch on this one more time. So speaker opportunities, there's a few different ways you can speak at ILTACON. One, which is no cost to you, is the educational speaker opportunities. These are 72 sessions. We have 72 sessions. They'll be posted on March 31st, and you can apply to speak as a speaker in one of our education sessions, April 1st through April 30th. We don't go out and actually ask business partners or members, for that matter, to speak at sessions. We ask them to apply. And so we ask and invite you to do the same. So please make sure you do that between April 1st and April 30th. Master classes and company updates are available this year as well. We have specific times that we have listed throughout the week that you can chat with the business partners about on our team to determine when you would like to host your company update or your master classes. And they're available throughout the entire week. And the company updates are located in the beautiful Cherry Ballroom. And the master classes, honestly, as we're having this conversation right now, I'm not exactly sure where those are located, but we will let you know a little bit more as we get closer. Sponsor keynote. When you sponsor a keynote, you get a few minutes in the very beginning to address everyone who was in the room to tell a little bit about your company and what you guys offer. We do this also for the G100 and the G200 if you sponsor those. And then, of course, you have the opportunity in your demo rooms or in your booth, if you like, to host education sessions. You can do this anytime, any day during the course of the week where those areas are open. We will not put this as part of our programming, but we do welcome you to do this, and you can send out invites to the ILTACON attendees in order to join you for those sessions where you choose to have them. Sponsorship opportunities. Now, there is a sponsorship opportunity document, our prospectus. It is located, you can download it right here at iltacon.org/sponsorship #SP. It has all of the detailed information that I am getting ready to go over with you. I'm not going to read this whole thing to you because it's rather lengthy, but I do want to point out some key highlights so that you can go and make sure that you have a chance to look at them a little bit more thoroughly. Maybe I'll answer some of your questions this time. So to start off, we're going to talk a little bit about demo rooms and suites, as well as luxury concept suites. This shows how many are available. It shows when they are available. So let's say you have a CEO that's not planning on checking in until Sunday the 21st. You can see which ones are available. Or if you have one that's trying to come on the 20th, you can see when those are available. These are the prices. There's some detail here about these very specific rooms. The Gaylord National has, if you've been there, you know this, have some remarkable rooms. They have gone through a complete renovation of these rooms. So if you've stayed here before, they're not the same as they were then. They've been upgraded a little bit, changed around a little bit, different colors, different designs. But this will give you an idea of the square footage, the colorations, if it's a theme, how much kitchen space, that kind of stuff that you might like to have are in here. We also have hospitality suite with a king connector, And then this also talks about our demo rooms, and there's 2 different sizes of demo rooms that we have this year. We have 49 standard demo rooms, and then we have 6 very small demo rooms. Some of you may want both, because if you have that smaller one, it's a great place to go and maybe sign deals or do a smaller 1-on-1 or 2-on-3 type conversation if you want to have that there as well. Also, we do have room upgrades that are available. We have executive 1-bedroom on 2 different check-in days. I will have to tell you, I have stayed in these executive 1-bedroom upgrades. They're absolutely fabulous. You have a nice area where you can sit, have conversations, discuss deals, discuss opportunities that your company is having. They're wonderful upgrades to have. This also shows the quantity that we have for each ones and on the specific check-in dates. Our keynote sponsorship opportunities. We have 4 keynotes this year. We've actually already secured our keynotes for this year. Monday and Tuesday, we have, I'm not going to announce it now because it's actually coming out in a couple of weeks and I don't want to give it away, but we have our keynote that'll be delivering 2 different keynote addresses during that time, but it is the same keynote person, but 2 different addresses. And then on Wednesday, we have a different keynote. And then on Thursday, we are doing our CEO wrap up. This will include the G100 and the G200 wrap up for this particular one. By going and sponsoring this, you get the opportunity to speak prior to the keynote coming up, talking about your company. You can show a video if you want that's brief, and then speak to our audience. Our Monday keynote is our most attended keynote of the week, followed by Tuesday, Wednesday. Thursday is actually also a very highly attended keynote, as everyone wants to hear what the CIOs have to say about direction and where people are and where they're going, their organizations are going. A little bit more information on the G100 sponsorship and the G200 sponsorship. You can take a look at this as to what opportunity you have by sponsoring these 2 activities. They are on Monday, August 22nd, and take a look at those and how many quantities are available for both of those. Then on our next page, we have our reception sponsorships, and we have several receptions throughout the week. We have our Sunday night reception. This is the opening reception. It's a really big deal. We're going to have it in our the atrium level. We have special music that's provided. It's a great opportunity to see everyone for the first time since you haven't seen each other in a while. On Thursday night, we have our closing reception. And we also have a Thursday night comedy bar. Pretty excited about that. We have asked Andy Forrester to come back and join us again. He was he's joined us for the last 2 ILTACONs. We said we'd keep bringing him back as long as he kept making us laugh. Everyone seemed to love him. We also have live music throughout the entire week, but especially on Sunday night and Thursday night as well. And then we have our affinity group receptions. And I do want to point out one thing on the affinity group receptions now based on what we have done in the past. In the past, you have been able to sponsor each individual affinity reception. One sponsor for Women Who Lead, for international attendees, for small and mid-sized firms, those type of things. This year, we have all of the affinity group receptions being sponsored, to where you will have a sign at each location displaying your name. So the sponsorship goes a little bit further as far as getting your name seen from the different receptions, so that you have an opportunity to push that a little broader for your organization. So we hope you will take advantage of that. Our receptions are Women Who Lead. We have an international, we have a diversity, equity, inclusion, and there are a few more, I forget how many are, but there are actually several receptions that are taking place that day. Branding. So we talked a little bit before about the floor plan that showed where some of the sponsorships were located, and I'm going to show you that in just a second too, so that you can go back and take a look. We have educational area signage. These 3-sided structures will have sponsorship on them, and they'll be located in our education areas, as well as the platform that takes you from education to exhibit hall, where the cross traffic is for the escalators. There are 16 opportunities for those. You can have your exhibit hall banner space. We do want to say this year with your exhibit hall banner space, you not only get the space, but you also get your rigging fees included in that. So you won't get a separate bill later on like you have in the past, but you do provide your own banner. And if you want GES to create a banner for you, you will work with them to do that at your cost. In the atrium area, there are lots of 82 actually, lamp posts. Well, throughout the property, there are lamp posts. Each can there are 41 lamp posts that can hold 2 double-sided 19 by 5 banners. This sponsorship includes a single banner associated with rigging fees. That's included in there. But you can't provide your own banner. That's included in this too. That's so that they look uniform. But it's a great opportunity as people walk through this property, go to eat, go to the different levels for your logo to be seen and for your booth number or your demo room name to be placed on there so that people can say, hey, I need to go see those people and booth 1065 or whatever happens to be. Okay, let's see what else we got. This is going to take this a little bit deeper so you can see here's where the charging stations are. Right here we have 4 of those listed. These triangles are where the branding structures are located. The circles are where we have the massage areas located. And these rectangular bars here, those show where our affinity receptions will be taking place, that you have a general idea. So if you're choosing your demo room and you want it near there because you're going to be sponsoring that, that's a great way to kind of tell where those are going to be so that you can plan for that. More massage, the little circles here are massage. Here's the ILTA hub. And more of the 3-sided brand opportunity structures here. These stars represent where we have many of the lamp posts where you can do your branding on those as well for the flags that are hanging down. I will say there's a lot of eating that goes on in this area. Obviously, we have the reception. There's a lot of traffic that takes place through this area. This is also where people kind of leave the hotel if they're wanting to take a quicker walk to some of the restaurants in town in Oxon Hill. So that's a great place to brand. We also have lanyards, our meeting bags, our bag inserts, our conference t-shirt. I will say 2 of our earliest branding opportunity deadlines that stop are our meeting bags. That has an April decision timeframe, end of April decision timeframe, with a early May deadline to make sure that we can get those branded and get them back in time. And then we also have our conference t-shirts. Our conference t-shirts are a great way to have your logo seen far beyond conference. I have seen people wear ILTACON t-shirts that date back a long way. And so that's a great way to have longevity for your logo year after year after year. We also have the mobile app and platform, a wireless network sponsorship, and our session audio recordings as well. Coffee breaks. I know that it's kind of hard to digest when I say that 1 gallon of coffee at the Gaylord National is $130. And I am not kidding. We can show invoices. It is very expensive for coffee. This is an opportunity every morning when we have our coffee breaks for you to be able to have your signage there showing that you support ILTACON, that you support ILTA, that you support our members, and to get your name out there. We also have massage stations. As you know, if you've ever walked one of these shows, your feet and your back begin to hurt. It's a great way to make those attending feel really great about your organization when they are getting a massage sponsored by your company. We also have the ILTA Hub charging stations, and there's multiple opportunities for those. ILTA TV, ILTA Radio. We also have our company updates and our master classes, and you can read more about this information here. And our Startup Hub. We have 10 spots for the ILTA Startup Hub booth space. Those do have to be vetted, so not everyone is I can't come up with a word really quickly here, and I'm not going to edit this video, but they have to be vetted to make sure that they fit the criteria for our startups. So take a look at that to see if you are interested, and more information will be coming out about that. So take a look when that comes out. We have web advertising, banner ads on our websites, on our wrap-up page. Our wrap-up document that comes out after ILTACON is a basically, well, it's a wrap-up. It has photos, it has session summaries, it has access to the recordings. People use that for an entire year. It is a great way to sponsor. It's a great way for your name to be seen for a very long period of time. And so take a look at that. Then we also have our conference newsletter. There are 4 issues, 2 sponsors per issue allowed of our conference newsletter. Those go out to everyone who has registered for ILTACON. So keep that in mind as an opportunity. Here are some more information regarding badges, add-ons, what those look like, as well as drink tokens. So we talked a little bit about having an ILTA networking and social bar in the back of the exhibit hall. This bar is a cash bar, or you can purchase drink tokens that you can give to attendees so that they can meet you at the bar and have a conversation and a drink on you and your organization. So take a look at that. Take a look at those drink packages that are available. This is a great opportunity to buy someone a drink in a great location where you can have those conversations that you need to have. Attendee registration lists. Okay, what is included? Attendee name, firm name, mailing addresses will be included for attendees who opt in to mail release, firm size, job title, top 3 areas of interest for solutions. This comes from our list of the solution pavilion paths. Email addresses will be included for attendees who opt in to have their email released. We will be sending these attendee lists on or around, so it could be a little early, it could be a day later, but on or around July 1st, August 2nd, and then approximately 1 week after ILTACON. Those are our attendee release dates. Lists will not be pulled by request on random dates, so keep that in mind. Agendas, socials, and networking. This information will be coming out a little bit later. There's a lot of information in this. We didn't want to make it too long. And then there's some decisions that are still being made. So keep an eye out for the agendas regarding the socials as well as the networking. Affiliate space, just a reminder that opens on May 10th. I don't know what I just did there. Let's see what I just did there. I went back. Okay. Exhibitor and service kit portal. This is on this day, we'll have a webinar. I really, really, really highly recommend you attending this webinar, especially if you have someone on your team who is preparing the logistical side and the operational side of your exhibit, demo room, those types of things at this event for the first, second, or third time. Has all the information in here to help them be a pro, to make you look good, to save you money, to make it easy. This is a great webinar to attend. You can ask questions. And then afterward, the exhibitor and service kit portals will be released. I want to let you know that the service kit portal that we get from GES actually has a little circle on it that has Ask Me Question. And you can click that and get a real-time question answered if you have that at that time. And it'll help you out a lot. Partnership and spreading the word for our event. To make this the most successful event possible, it really takes all of us. It takes staff, it takes our members, it takes those attending, it takes the press, it takes our business partners. It takes all of us. If you go out to our website, and the links are listed here, you can gain access to our brand hub. Our brand hub is where you are going to find assets that you can use, whether on Facebook, on LinkedIn, on Twitter, for newsletters that you may want to send out internally from your organization, or emails that you want to send out internally from your organization to keep the proper branding for the event. all of this is available to you. If you're speaking, you're going to have those assets as well. The more we promote this event, the better it's going to be for all of us. So we invite you to join us on that journey. And that is how you get the assets. A lot of these aren't going to be available out there now. They'll be coming out over the next couple of months. I would definitely say keep your eye out around registration time opening of April 5th to see those. But I just want to bring that to your attention, because for any event that we have at ILTA, whether it is ILTACON, Legal Sex Summit, ILTACON Europe, Women Who Lead Roadshow, all of those assets can be found in our brand hub on our website. How to get the most out of ILTACON? Well, we could have a webinar on that and talk about that for a couple of hours. My biggest recommendation for you is to build relationships. Spend time with the attendees. Give them opportunities to create memories with you. And you can do that in a number of ways. Your organization can host a breakfast throughout the week. We do have our Monday evening exhibit hall opening. But after that, you can also have a reception if you like, either in your suite or in an affiliate space or in a restaurant in Oxon Hill. Same for Tuesday evening. That is available after the time of 6:30 as well as Wednesday. Typically in the past, prior to 2020, you could only have these events on Wednesday evening. Now you also have Tuesday evening to go with that, and breakfast times as well. So keep that in mind as you're doing your planning. We have some themed receptions throughout the week, and just some receptions in general. But we have our opening reception taking place on Sunday evening in the atrium level, which is the lower level at the Gaylord National. And that is taking place from 6:30 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. It's a great opportunity for socializing. We'll have hors d'oeuvres, drinks. It's a good opportunity to see the space and see people you haven't seen in a while. And we'll also have live music. On Monday evening, we will bring back the exhibit hall opening, and we are celebrating the superheroes, because if there is anything that we have been the last 2 to 3 years, is we have all been a superhero. So I am looking forward to seeing your superhero costume. That is from 7 to 9 in the exhibit hall. It's also a great opportunity to have an hors d'oeuvre, have a drink, and get to know the business partners in their booths, and kind of get acclimated to how everything is laid out, and so you can go back and find it more quickly a little bit later on. On Thursday, we have our closing reception, which will have hors d'oeuvres. It will be in the Potomac Ballroom. We'll have live music, a comedian, we'll have karaoke, and a lot more. Those who participated in that last year, we really had a very relaxing let your hair down time, as we were all wearing our pajamas. And we plan on doing that again this year. We decided to do that again this year because we were able to be a lot more relaxed last year, and it was just so much fun to see the fun pajamas that people wore. So I encourage you to do that. We joked a lot about it being, business on the top and party on the bottom. And we're looking at making this a conference staple. So that reception is from 6:30 to 8:30 p.m. Food. Going to talk just a little bit about this. Morning coffee will be served Tuesday through Thursday in the exhibit hall. That's a change from past. Our breaks, there'll be 2 of them each day, will be Tuesday through Thursday in the exhibit hall when it's open. Thursday afternoon, it'll take place somewhere else because the exhibit hall will be closed at that time. We have evening activities Sunday night, Monday night, wear your superhero best. Thursday night, wear your pajamas. And then lunches will be served Monday through Wednesday in the exhibit hall in the ILTACON Cafe. On Thursday, members are welcome to attend a plated lunch for the annual membership meeting, and business partners with the appropriate registration type will have lunch in the exhibit hall as you are tearing down and dismantling your booths. On Monday, coffee and breaks will be hosted in various places on the property since the exhibit hall doesn't open until Monday night. Lunch will still take place in the ILTACON Cafe for those with the appropriate registration badge. I know I had a question during the booth lottery webinar regarding what are exhibit hall hours. Well, this will give you some idea on what the exhibit hall hours look like. Our Opening reception for superheroes is from 7 to 9 on Monday evening. Tuesday, the exhibit hall opens at 7:30 a.m. and it closes at 6 p.m., as does it on Wednesday. And then on Thursday, it's a 7:30 a.m. opening to 12:30 p.m. Now, let's talk a little bit about what that means. Since we are serving coffee and some light finger breakfast things in the mornings, the exhibit hall needs to be open in order to have that in the exhibit hall. So I encourage you to be there during that time. The ILTACON networking and social bar in the exhibit hall in the afternoons, that's there too, right? So you want to be there to be able to socialize and be there with the people that are there. Now, obviously, during education times, the hall is not going to be as populated. There'll be a few people who come in and out, no doubt. I've seen it many times, but not a lot. So you may not want to staff your booths as heavy during those times. Have your staff go to education sessions, go to the keynote sessions, mingle and interact with our attendees during this time. The education is there for you guys too. So I hope you will take advantage of that. This also has our demo room schedule on there. 12 to 6 on Sunday is when we're setting up, but if you finish early and you've already set up, you can have sessions in there if you like. Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday from 8 to 6, the demo rooms will be open, and on Thursday from 8 to 12:30. Just to reiterate again, registration for health and safety. We will not have registration on site in 2022. So you must register before August 17th to attend ILTACON. And if you are not registered for ILTACON, you will not be given access. That's it. That's my entire presentation for today. We will have additional info drops and webinars as we go through to talk more about the things that you need to know about to have a great ILTACON experience. Look forward to talking to you then. Take care.